Today we're going to go over the senban shuriken. This shuriken is known as a Chinese star. It has 4 points to it, and it has a middle section that is either circular or square. This shuriken has many different uses. A lot of people think you just throw the shuriken, but it's also used for grappling, and it can be hidden in hands very easily. Today though, I'm going to show you 2 or 3 different methods of how to hold and throw this shuriken. Okay, so now we're going to go over a couple of grips on holding the senban shuriken. There's different ways of throwing it, so we'll go over 2 different aspects, a vertical throw and a horizontal throw. In the vertical throw, I have 2 different methods that I personally like to use for this one. If I have the star with one of the edges pointing down, I'm just going to come around with my pointer finger and my thumb and pinch it and grip it in between the knuckle of the pointer finger and have my thumb on the other side. So I'm literally holding on to one edge of the star blade. This method, I'll just step right through and give it a regular overhand chuck. Another method is to take 2 of the points going down and reach around with my pointer finger and give it a squeeze, a trigger squeeze technique. The other edge of the star is going to go into the webbing of my hand, and my thumb is just going to come and collapse around that. So these are 2 methods of holding for the vertical throw method. The trigger squeeze method and pinching it between 2. The horizontal technique, I'll take the edge of the star and I'll actually wrap my finger around the tip of it. And I hold with my thumb and the pointer finger against the star so that as I come through, I'll be flicking it like a frisbee would. So these 3 methods of throwing we're going to demonstrate now on our trusty plywood board. Okay, so now we're going to go over the throwing methods with these shuriken. I will go with the vertical throw first, and I'm going to do the pinch method where I have the tip of the one star blade down and I'm pinching between the thumb and the pointer finger. So what you're going to want to do is get a nice solid stance with one leg forward and one leg back. And I want to rock my body while throwing these using jutsu so that they can stick into the target easily. So I'm going to rock in and hit, rocking in. Having it come through, follow through into it. And so you noticed one fell out. That's okay, these were used as a distraction. So in the movies you see, oh, 1 shot, 1 kill. No, it was more of a distraction. So even if the star does fall out, it's okay, that was all right. They still had to duck and move out of the way. So it's a really good thing as long as you're accurate, still hitting your target. Okay, so now I'll do the second vertical method. So this method, if you remember how we held the hands, we held 2 stars down and I come around and use my pointer finger as a trigger and the other hand goes forward. So this is a little trickier one. It's not as accurate, in my opinion, with how to throw. And so one of the ways of having this be a little more accurate is to set up an arm as a gauging device. So if I have my arm set up forward, with one leg forward, I can actually have my hand hit into my arm as I'm throwing, because a lot of people will tend to throw these all the way down and they'll hit the ground. So I can keep an arm up and use that as a gauging device with this. So that's the second vertical method, the trigger method. I'm literally pulling my finger in as I have it come forward and go in towards the target. So now we're going to go into the horizontal throwing. So as you remember, I'm going to take the tip of the star, my pointer finger is going to wrap around the end. Then I'm going to get into a good kamae, good posture, stance. So I want my 1 foot forward and my back leg back so I can rock forward with this fluid motion. As I do this release too, like a frisbee, you fling it out. With this particular motion with the star, I give a little bit of a backspin to it, so it gives the star a rotation as it's coming in and helps it stick into the target. That's the horizontal method of throwing the senban shuriken.